I'm Ryan Chute, and this is MyStory. Yeah, I grew up in rural Nova Scotia in the Annapolis Valley, and growing up on a hobby farm and hanging out with family and friends nearby, and we didn't come in and stop playing until the street lights turned on at night, and it was a dirt road and simple life. So I grew up in a furniture store, quite literally. My grandfather owned the store, so I spent my days crawling around the chairs and the furniture and waiting for my family to be done for the day. On the farm, I was the one in charge of chickens, so I spent my time taking care of the chickens, cleaning them up, feeding them, watering them, and my sisters did the goats and the rabbits. As a kid growing up, I played hockey. The very first time I stepped onto the ice, I'd forgotten that I'd put my skate guards on and I fell right on my face. Once I figured out that I had to take those skate guards off to get skating, I played as a goaltender for 10 years. Growing up, it was a bit of a struggle in school. I was smart, but I wasn't recognized as smart. I was recognized more as distracted. It was a real struggle to be successful in school, to pay attention to the teachers, to do my homework. I was able to pick things up well, but it was a real struggle to get through school and do a good job. As I got older, I learned that that was a thing that I had to solve and work towards, and that was a challenge that I overcame when I got into university. At 17 years old, I dropped out of high school, and I didn't go back to school as a mature student in university until I was about 24. I'd gotten my GED, and I'd passed with flying colors through the general education system. In university is where I learned how to overcome my learning challenges. When I finally graduated university 14 years later, after I'd finished my degree, taking it part-time and at night, I graduated with honors, and that was a big achievement for me given my previous learning challenges. Early on, I knew I wanted to help people. I wanted to train and help companies grow and be successful. I started early on with training other companies about how to sell warranties and mattresses and other things. I was in the family business, which was a furniture store. And then I moved into more complex solutions as I got my university degree and I had a better understanding of what business was all about and how to run a good operation. The biggest thing that I learned about myself in going through this process was how much I was mimicking other leaders in my life, and not all of them good leaders. I was trying to emulate and mirror what I saw without really understanding how to communicate right and how to serve people at the highest level. When I started the family business, I started in sales, and I really like selling, and what I discovered is I really enjoyed the training and interaction between other salespeople and leaders. And I knew that one day I wanted to be able to travel the world and be able to share my knowledge with others. And that was the opportunity that led me to where I am today. The pivotal moment in my career was the day I got fired as a GM from a furniture store. It was that moment that I realized that I was doing leadership wrong and I was creating friction that I didn't need to be creating. And that set me on a path, a journey of trying to figure out who I was and what good leadership, communication, and culture was all about. We jumped into real estate. My now wife and I started doing flips and other opportunities to grow a revenue stream. And when my family sold the furniture business back home in the East Coast, we moved back to help my mother out, and that's where I stepped into the car industry. When I first got into the car business, I got into the business office. I didn't really even know what the business office was back in those days, and what I learned was invaluable. Pairing that in with my desire to be a trainer across the world, I found a job where I was able to travel the world and help sales and marketing for companies. And that led me down the path to getting into the Wizard of Ads. Started taking classes in 2015 with Roy H. Williams, and in 2017 he asked me to become his partner to help contribute to the Wizard of Ads client base and serving them. Wizard of Ads is primarily a strategy company. We also contribute the creative storylines and the mass media negotiations. These are the things that most companies in marketing struggle to do well, and then we help implement those strategies with the other partners like your digital partners. The thing I love so much about Wizard of Ads is that it's all about communication. From the advertising to the buying experience to the employee experience, it's all communication, and it's all the same thing. When we really start to understand the underlying elements, the ingredients of advertising and selling and even your culture, if I could tell my 20-year-old self anything, it would be that less is more. That communication doesn't need to be complicated, and we really do need to just get out of our own way and find ways of reducing friction in our lives. Today, the thing that drives me the most in my business is helping other business owners find success and getting out of their own way and creating an environment where they can really grow both profitably and successfully. The lessons I've been learning over the past 8 years working with the Wizard of Ads hasn't just helped my business and helped other people grow their businesses successfully, but it's also helped in my life. When you can take the opportunity to reduce the friction in your business world and identify the things that are causing problems and making those adaptations, it doesn't just help you in your business life, but it's also going to help you in your personal life. With my wife, with my son, with my family, it's made a big difference in just making everything better, regardless of whether or not it's business or personal.